All right, so welcome to this month's Ask the Doctor. It is January 6th, 5:30, 2022, and we are here this evening to just talk a bit about Alliderm and stabilized allicin products through GarlicWise, the company. And Janet brought a bunch of folks this evening, so I really appreciate that, Janet. We're trying out different times. Peter Jostling, our formulator, is not able to be here this evening, so the call will probably be a bit shorter, as I do not have as many lovely ways to speak about the products as he does. But I did want to just show you guys a few things while I have you, since I can. I wanted to show you our YouTube channel where you can easily sign up to watch the videos afterwards. I've been posting them. And also, I'm not sure if everybody has seen our new website, but I was just going to show you our products on there. So I am trying to find my...
Is that garlicwise.com or something like that?
It is, yeah.
Good deal.
And if anybody would like to be added to our email list so you can find out when these Ask the Doctors happen, you can let me know or send me a chat. So here we go. Share the screen. Sorry, desktop one. Does anybody have any questions while I am fiddling around with technology?
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Look at it.
So this is our YouTube channel. We just have a few, you guys will see actually yourselves on a couple of these. We have a few videos uploaded. We have an interview with Dr. Jostling and Pat Pattison. We have the history of garlic, which is actually pretty long. I think it's 20 minutes, and that's a video, an informational video that Dr. Jostling put together, just an info video, and then a video on how to apply Alliderm. So if you want to subscribe, I was going to post our YouTube channel in the chat so you can see these videos after they are uploaded. And then also just our website is here. I'm sure everybody's seen it who has wanted to, but it's our website. We've had it for about 3 years now, and still open to questions and comments about it, but we have a very easy way to order products on here. We have some blog posts, a way to subscribe to our mailing list is here also. And then we have our shop. So, and yeah, I don't know if you guys know, I know Janet is a big fan of Allergen. That's one of our best products. Then we have our LEC, which is just stabilized garlic, and vitamin C. We have our gel, which we were going to talk about tonight. And we actually started carrying a Heart Life product, which is for cholesterol and heart health. We have multi-mineral, multivitamin, and we have a couple of packages for folks who have Lyme disease, as well as people who get operations. There's a post-operative pack to stay well. So our Alliderm is the gel that is based with aloe vera and comes with a vitamin. We don't have vitamin C in that one, just stabilized allicin. And it does stink a little bit when you first put it on, but the smell goes away after about a minute. And it's for topical application. You can put it anywhere besides your eyes. And I really like using it as hand sanitizer also because it doesn't dry out your hands like the rest of the sanitizer with alcohol. And Dr. Jostling has suggested that this is the size of the bottle, that you take a little dime size squirt of the Alliderm, and you can put it in your nostrils and kind of move it around in there, and then it will block any virus or bacteria from entering your system. So I, a lot of times before I go into the store, put a little in my nose and then rub the rest in on my hands so that I don't share my nose with everybody in the store. You can see the ingredients are pretty simple, just aqua, allicin liquid, xanthan gum. Most of these things are just for consistency. And yeah, and the allicin liquid is the second ingredient. So most of the time we suggest that you take the pills as well as taking AlliDerm topically. If you have, for example, a bacterial infection, you would also want to take the Ali-C or allergen internally so that it could kill any bugs or bacteria inside your body as well as outside. Does anybody have any questions or comments so far?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
What about shelf life of the AlliDerm? You know, once you open the container.
Yeah, it's suggested to refrigerate after you open it. We've had some for a couple of years in the refrigerator. Mine don't last that long anymore, but you'll notice just we have to say a certain amount of shelf life, but they last really long. If it starts changing color, that's when you might want to get a new bottle. It becomes a little less opaque, and that's because some of the liquid in the gel has probably burnt off from heat. So that's why it's suggested to put it in the refrigerator.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have been using it for a long time and I haven't been refrigerating it, and I have bits and pieces of bottles. I finally got them all together the other day.
Nice.
And they seem to all feel like and smell like they're still highly active.
Yeah.
And he did mention that on the last call. And when I went to the hospital last week, I definitely went up the nose with that stuff because I didn't want anything getting me while I was over there.
Good job. Recently, I was on the phone with a customer and she was telling me she has actually liver failure, unfortunately. And she uses it for her skin gets really itchy. And so she puts the AlliDerm on her skin and it really helps with that. So there's always new uses and fixes that we're finding out about. And yeah, I always love hearing about them. I know it helps eczema, and I'm gonna remind my boyfriend that I am on a phone call right now because he's making car fixing noises. So talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Has anyone used the AlliDerm for rosacea or know anyone that has used it for rosacea?
No, and I have rosacea, and I would love to have the answer to that too.
Because my dad has struggled with rosacea, and he's the one that has turned me on to all their products. Obviously, he unfortunately wasn't able to be on the call tonight, but he wanted me to ask about if anyone has had good results with that. So I was gonna say he might be on the call next month. So if he starts it this month, I'll have him report back to you next month. How about that?
Awesome. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Who is speaking right now? I'm sorry, I can't see you.
Oh, this is Jen. Sorry, I'm just in a place where I can't show my face at the moment.
Worries.
So I'm in the dark.
Thanks, Jen.
So
yeah, it looks like my mom, Amy, joined us. Mom, do you know about rosacea and AlliDerm? Let's see if I can unmute her. Nope. I asked her to unmute. I think, oh, you have to push *6, Mom, *6 to unmute. I don't know if you guys know, but we have our ebook also on our website. And if you ever want to get a very in-depth look at all of the things that our product works with and on, don't look right now if you don't want to get seasick, because I'm going to scroll through. But it's all it's A
here
through
we
Z.
go.
A through Z, and you can actually download it for free. So I'm just going to look and see if we have rosacea here. Rosacea 86. All right, don't look. I don't know how to get to the bottom of this. So 86, let's check it out. Another thing that the Ali-C and Ali-Derm can be used for is mosquito and flea repellent. If you take the Ali-C as well as putting it on your body, my friend, who is a very active and avid hiker, says that she does experience less mosquito bites and flea bites. And it's also helpful with tick before and after, unfortunately, if you do get bitten. 69. So close. 86. Here we go. Rosacea, a chronic inflammatory disease of the face in which the skin becomes abnormally flushed. It can become pustular. They resemble tiny worms. Treatment regimen. Apply 1 or 2 drops of Ali-Derm allicin gel directly to the pustules once or twice per day. Also add 540 milligrams of allicin powder capsules per day. So if ours have, if they have 300 milligrams, you could take 2 capsules a day of the allicin, of the Ali-C, as well as putting it on your skin. So this is, this is where I come if I don't know, if my mom's not able to unmute herself to answer the question to the ebook. And he will be working on a new one, he was saying recently. And Mary Beth, do you have good experience with the Ali-Derm? You want to unmute yourself? There you go. Oh, there you go. Ask to unmute. You able to unmute? Well, I'm not sure what to say. I can't unmute you.
Okay,
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Got
Can
it?
you hear me now? Okay.
Yep.
So I had something on my middle finger that I got like a thorn or something in it this summer. And even after digging pieces of it out, it was extremely, extremely painful. And so I started using the Ali-Derm just on my hands every night before I go to bed, but I use it for the day now. I hadn't been really using it on my hands before, until this, actually when he had the talk last time, and then you showed us how to use it. And so anyway, it's actually, and so I'm leaving it on overnight, and it's really, really, it's close to gone now. And who knows what in the world I got in there. But anyway, it was pretty major. Somebody says, I really think you need to go to the doctor. And I thought, I'm a nurse. I never go to the doctor for things like this. I'll figure it out somehow or another. So anyway, and I did give Ali-Derm for Christmas. I gave it as Christmas presents, and people were very appreciative of it.
Nice.
And one of the exciting things that he said last time about it was that, and this is exciting to me, is that when you use it locally and in the nose, it keeps you, so you're not only protected, but you're protecting everyone you're around, because it keeps you from shedding. So it keeps other people from shedding, and it keeps you protected, but it also keeps you from shedding and protecting other people. I think that's exciting.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I remember him saying that also.
And then also for, as far as the Ali-C, for a daily prophylactic dosage, and then maybe if you've been exposed to something, and then maybe if you have something, what are the suggestions on that?
Prophylactic, would you remind me what that means?
That just means to keep yourself well.
Oh, yeah. Well, if there's a certain ailment, he suggests, Dr. Jostling suggests taking up to 4 to 6 pills, capsules a day. I mean, you can take upwards of, I think he always throws out the number of, they did a double blind study of someone taking 500 and they still felt fine, but not everybody wants to take that much garlic. But yeah, so if you feel a cold coming on, or you have something like in the ebook that needs to be treated, particularly, you can take 3 in the morning and 3 in the evening, and for 5 days to a week, and then slowly just, decrease every week by 1 pill, or, if you start to feel better, as soon as you start to feel better, you could just take 2 or 1 pills. I just take 2. I take 2 pills now during COVID for maintenance. Okay,
that's what I was asking. Is it still 2 for that? And then if you feel like something's coming on, you just go ahead and start the 6. I've always done the 6 when something's coming on, or if I'm experiencing any symptoms at all. So
nice.
You don't need to take a whole bottle though.
No, yeah, and it normally knocks it out in a couple of days for me if I get up to those 6 capsules.
Okay.
I was also going to invite you guys to join our Facebook page. I'm going to put that in the link too, if you haven't already, because then we also share that when we're going to have these calls, and I'm going to become a little more proactive with the Facebook and Instagram page as far as special offers, if that's something that interests you. And it's some place to share your stories and ask questions, actually, as a community. So I shared that, and I shared the YouTube channel if you want to follow. And if you aren't a part of our mailing list, feel free to share your email with me in the chat, or if you don't know how to do that, you can stay on and just share it with me. And yeah, info@garlicwise.com is my email. So you could also just, if you do have any specific questions, you can send them to that email, and Peter answers normally within 1 or 2 hours. It's like we have our own private MD. It's pretty awesome. Janet, do you have anything you want to add or ask?
I don't think so. Well, about Aliderm, not really. It's great stuff for, a lot of ways. I also, for a long time, when COVID started, was using it as the hand sanitizer. Yeah. And I guess I've relaxed a little bit after I got vaccinated and all that. And but I still do sometimes. And if ever I have any kind of, I don't seem to get rashes or anything, but if I would say get some sort of bite or something, that's definitely what I would put on it. And I've been using it for a lot of years, and love it a lot. I don't actually, you reminded me about keeping it in the fridge, because I always keep unopened bottles in the fridge, but once they're open, I forget to put them back in the fridge, but they seem to still be working.
Yeah, I find I just keep it in my purse, actually, and I even keep one in my car, like in the console, which probably, because I use it so quickly, I don't think there's any problem with it, but it could, like I said, maybe just some of the moisture might be burnt off. But if nothing else, it's probably still just as effective, just less aloe vera-y. I like to joke around. I don't know if you guys have seen that in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. They talk about putting Windex on everything, and I've become somebody who's like, just put some Alliderm on it,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, like, when in doubt, put some Alliderm on it. And my friend actually had some sores in her armpit. I didn't realize how many new things I would learn about my friends and people joining my mother's health supplement business, but I get some interesting pictures from friends now. But she put it in her armpit, and for about a week or so after the doctors gave her all these antibiotics that couldn't kill them, and it was a bacteria, and it went away. And it looks like my mom figured out how to unmute herself. Hello, Amy.
It's shocking, isn't it? I finally technologically figured out how to get no face, but at least I'm here. I
Yeah,
wanted to say
welcome.
that, I have never seen the Alliderm not help with eczema, psoriasis, acne. I actually had my my long ago best friend's son had intractable acne. He was on Accutane for years, and he finally wanted to get off of that because it's so dangerous. And he went on a big course, 6 a day, and the Alliderm 3 times a day on his face and chest. And within about, I would say, 3 weeks, he was a different person, and he didn't have to keep doing it. It just, once in a while he'd do a little refresher. Yeah,
That's
and,
so
and
cool.
that shocked me because I never would have thought of telling somebody to use it for acne. But
Yeah, it's
and
in
the
there.
other thing I've so many times is people with tooth infections, and they're like just dying in pain, and they can't stand it, and they can't get a dental appointment. And you can pack the powder in there or use the gel, and just kind of try not to swallow. Just leave it in there as long as you can stand. And I've had people with an active infection in a tooth for like a year not go to the dentist. I'm not advocating that, but I think it's a pretty powerful thing for any kind of infection that we have. So
You can use it as toothpaste, right? If you also have
Yeah.
gingivitis.
if you're brave, yes.
If you're brave, I know, right? If you're dating a vampire. And then also, were you telling me, Mom, that you can use it on ear infections?
Yes. I actually, Peter told me that if you have, itchy ears or any kind of feeling like something's wrong in your ears, you just put some Alliderm in there 2-3 times a day. And I actually was having that going on, and it has made the itch go away from my ears. Sorry to share that. That's a gross thing to share. But anyway, I am a human being.
It's not, I've
yeah.
heard worse. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, so have I. But yes, I do believe that it is good for that. And I also know that if you're putting it in your nose and your ears, and you're using it as hand sanitizer, the hand sanitizer isn't really part of this, but it actually enters the brain really quickly through the nasal passage and the ears. So if you have any kind of a thing, a lot of us have brain inflammation that we're not aware of. Part of the reason that we can't always remember everything. And so I like thinking about that when I'm putting it in my ears and nose too.
Nice. Thank you.
And then don't forget that one of my friend's mother has been using it on her face every day, and she swears that her age spots are disappearing. I haven't done that.
Everybody
yet
likes
either.
to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Lorinda, would you like to add anything, or do you have any questions? I know Jen asked about rosacea, or Becky.
The product, so I'm just here to listen.
Okay, great. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Kate, did you have anything you wanted to ask or add? Does anybody have any questions?
Well, I have used that gel for so many years, head to toe, and in the mouth, not in the ears, but definitely in the nose now. But the stuff is just the best friend we could ever have next to Peter Josling.
Yep, it's a pretty good one.
I do want to ask one question because I missed the very, very beginning part. But how many times a day do you recommend doing like the Alliderm? So I'm like in hospitals and ORs all the time for my job. And unfortunately, and so, you know, I haven't had COVID yet. I've been, you know, only double vaccinated and not wanting to get the third one. And but you know, obviously like haven't had COVID yet, but trying to absolutely like avoid it. How many times a day do you recommend doing like the nasal swab? And then I heard you talking about taking the, you know, the pills, obviously, for like kind of some of the maintenance part in which I'm doing. But so that's kind of one question. And then part two of that question is I have silent acid reflux. And so I found when I was in a little bit of like esophageal, like they call it eosinophilic esophagitis. So like kind of where my like esophagus gets like irritated for who knows why, for, you know, anything stupid, it can get irritated and make me like hoarse sounding and feel like it's inflaming a little bit and things like that. Otherwise, I'm completely healthy besides those things that just started this past year. But I noticed that when I took the regular Allison C, that it seemed like my stuff would like inflame a little bit worse. I never feel like the burn of the heartburn, so just know that. But it seemed like it would make me like more hoarse and have a little more throat issues. So my dad had me switch to the, is it what is it called? I don't know. It's not the
Allergen?
LEC.
With ginger?
Allergen, yes. Yeah, the allergen. Yeah, or what? Yes. So I switched to that one, and it seems like since I switched to that, I haven't had any issues as much. But I didn't know if you could kind of speak to that a little bit too. So kind of two different questions. Sorry, but I just want to make sure I get them both kind of asked there.
Thanks. Mom, would you talk about the acid reflux? And then I'm just going to
Yeah.
ask, I'm going to send to Peter a question asking, because I'm curious, I don't know how long the Alliderm like lasts necessarily, but like anytime I'm going into a public setting, I put it in. But if you're going into ORs like regularly, you know,
I'm in that environment,
setting,
unfortunately.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm actually a doctor. So
Well,
I'm in that setting all day long.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can, you know,
Yeah,
there's nothing I can really do about it.
I'm curious if because I'd asked if also you could like almost make like a spray bottle of like open up a capsule and make a spray bottle instead for the hand sanitizer. Might be a little stinkier, but I would say otherwise we need to get you like a vat of Alliderm. But if you drop your email in the chat, I'll answer your question as well as put it on our YouTube channel. I'll answer that like in the comments on this video, but I'm going to ask Peters just so we have the actual scientific answer instead of a Jessamine and Amy guess. Go ahead, Mom.
Just to tail onto that, I think that you'd be perfectly, I mean, obviously you can't overdo it unless you're tired of smelling garlic. And it only lasts for about 45 seconds and the smell goes away. So if I were in a situation like that, I would probably do it every 2-3 hours because it's, you know, just a tiny little bit. So it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna be it's economical really. Anyway, and then the other thing about the GERD and the esophageal problem and the acid, I've been dealing with some of that myself. And recently, I had a bad situation and we thought it was possibly C. difficile. And I also have hiatal hernia like you do, the GERD. Yeah. And so other than sitting up after you eat, which is important, one thing Peter told me to do, and at first I thought, well, you're crazy because he told me to take 10 capsules twice a day, all at the same time. And so I did do it because Peter told me to. And but my stomach was so worried and upset before I took it that I thought, no way this is going to be. And I swear he told me in 15 minutes it will calm down, and it did. And I did that for about 2 weeks, and then he told me, okay, start to go down on the dose now. And so that really helped me through a flare of mine. So I'm not giving you doctor advice there, but certainly safe to try in my opinion. So I do think it is very helpful for the gastric problem.
Is there, yeah, I was going to ask, is there, and would you recommend, or what would you recommend, or what kind of conditions would you recommend the Ali-C versus the, was it Allergen on? Like, is there one versus the other that you kind of recommend one versus the other on?
Can I
think
answer this one to see, can I
Oh,
answer
please
this
do.
one to see if I know, Mom?
Sure.
So what I've heard Peter say, as well as our customers say, in the difference of using them is one, the vitamin C can bother some people's stomach. So people with more digestive issues seem to prefer the Allergen. And then it's also for inflammation and arthritis. It can help. And then the Ali-C is, it does have more stabilized allicin. So if you're especially wanting to kill a bacteria or an infection or a virus, that would be the better way to go, just because it has 300 instead of 240 milligrams of stabilized allicin. And that's what I understand. Is there anything to add to that?
I think that was most excellent. I think that most people will find their preference as they go, and very few people have the Ali-C upset their stomach, I will say. Had one person in 22 years of selling the product exclusively that had a problem with the, that said it was upsetting their system, and literally. And I said, well, please send it back and I'll give you your money back, because that's never happened before. So I don't think it was it. I mean, I think she actually had something else going on, but the customer is correct, Anyway, did I forget to answer something, Jeff?
No, I think you guys answered, everything well. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, my biggest thing obviously is like, I need to not get sick right now, along with everybody else, not getting sick.
Yep.
So we can keep doing what I'm doing. But yeah, so I'm glad my dad, turned me on to these products. Obviously, he's been, tremendous help in trying to pass all the information I can, like onto, all the nurses and all the other staff and things like that I can come across. But we might just set up a little Aliderm, and Q-tip station.
Yeah, nice. Jen, where are you?
Or something, I don't know.
Where are you located, and who is your father again?
And look at St. Louis, Missouri area, and my father's David Bellum. So,
Awesome, nice. Yeah.
Oh, David Bellum.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you guys have, you probably all have spoke to him.
Yeah.
He unfortunately
For a
wasn't able
long
to be on
time.
the call tonight. Yeah, which is unfortunate. But he's like, okay, make sure you get on and ask these questions. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So-
Glad you're here. Also, we have these new brochures, new as in a year old, and we're gonna put them online slowly but surely, or quickly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But they would be a good way to just introduce them to friends. Like I just keep telling people that I haven't gotten sick, and then they're like, well, how? And it's nice when we're protecting other people, we're protecting ourselves and sharing health. But so if anybody would like some of these brochures, let me know, send me an email, or if you know right now, you could send me a chat. But we're also always looking for resellers too. If anybody feels inclined to spread the good word, 12 or more bottles is 50% off, and then you're a reseller. There you go.
I want to say one thing too, and that is that you speaking of your father being a long-term customer like that, that's the thing that's been so impressive to me working with this product is I am really not interested in having to stop everyone in the street and educate them about what we got, but it's so nice that you can tell them once and then they try it and it actually works, and then they tell other people. And I'm so excited to hear that you are in the medical world and telling other people. And I just wanted to say that Peter is very, very happy, would be excited to do a call if you ever got 5 or 10 medical people together that you'd like to educate about it. He'd be very happy to do that.
Oh yeah, that would be, yeah, that would definitely, that could work. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, and it's just one of those things, obviously, like everything is, spiking again here, unfortunately. And it's just kind of the reality of what it is. But even just in general, for different kind of conditions and things like that, I definitely see a place for the product. So yeah, so thank you all for doing what you do.
Thank you for
You're
doing
so
what you do.
welcome.
Putting
Yes, Jan.
You said you're going to put the brochure on the website or where, or what I was wondering is, are you selling them or just putting the artwork out there for us to copy? Because I would definitely be interested in having some or making some.
Sure. We
And
don't have one with allergen yet, so that could be something else that if you wanted something particularly with allergen, we could, put it there instead of the Alliderm. But I'm gonna put this up as a PDF that's like clickable on our news and media page where the ebook is. But we would happily mail you some brochures, 20 brochures or something if you want with your next order.
that would be good because I put literature and, whatever advertising I have, I usually just put an empty bottle of the products there for my students to see. I teach yoga and I have a lot of people coming across my path, and that's where a lot of my my customers have come from. And so anyway, I think I still have some of the old health news newspapers that I still use.
That's great.
And yeah, for one of the products, I can't remember which one, but anyway, anything I have like that would be helpful.
Sure thing.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll send you some and see if they're useful. And then if you do like them, we can get you some. We'll sell you, 100 or something if you need to. But we'll send you 20 to get started and see if they help. And
yeah.
And that's offers for anybody. And we can, change them specifically if you guys are reselling. And I wanted to mention that I'm going to post in the chat a coupon code that will be uploaded tomorrow. So if you want to use Ask the Doctor 3 to get $10 off your next order before our February Ask the Doctor. So here is the code for that. And I think we probably can wrap up. This is so fun.
Our next meeting is February what date?
It's the first Thursday of the month. So
okay.
Let's see, but thank you. I should have that on
Of
here.
each month.
Yeah, it'll be the first February of each month, but we were trying to do a different time, but I've never known Peter to cancel a call, so I would assume that he might, offer a later time like this. But what time works best for you guys? Is there a time that doesn't work?
Whatever
Well,
works for you.
I'm in California with you, so that works for me.
Okay,
5:30
yeah.
works.
So it'll actually be Thursday, February 10th, my birthday. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
It's my birthday too.
birthday.
I knew I liked you.
Jen, that's your birthday too?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. I'm turning 40.
I'm gonna turn 42. It's
Get
all
out of
all
here.
good. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're twins here.
You guys better have a party.
We're going to have some parties. We're going to have a
Yeah.
doctor's call and a party.
We can start off with some singing. Yeah, I like it. Good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Happy birthday to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and remind me, okay, so we had Jan, thank you, Kate, Becky, and Jen joined us, Lorinda, and then what's your brother's name, Jan, and his friend?
Helen and Marshall are there.
Helen and Marshall, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm glad that Amy Bjorklund was able to join us also, very key player in this phone call.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, I hope to see you all February 10th. Raise your hand if you prefer the midday time.
It really depends
It
on
doesn't
which
have to
time
be.
zone.
Right, yeah. Well, I guess if anybody has any particular objections, you can let me know before then, but we're gonna try, I think, for another, well, maybe we'll do a midday one on our birthday, Jen, huh? So I can go out to dinner, but right?
Or
Planning ahead.
get Dr. Josling here and then maybe he'll give